So quite often we get asked, and when we talk to organisations about the circular economy is the new sustainability strategy that we're starting to see flow through. Within Australia, we've seen the Australian government start to drive some of the adoption of that. They've created the circular economy framework. So eventually what we're going to start to see is this flow down through governance, through communication, to a level and potentially a circular economy act, which is essentially going to mandate how organizations should start to adopt some of the practices and to move away from this linear economy, the linear economy meaning the make, use, and dispose economy. So within that, we have, I guess, seen a number of some of the OEMs talk about their position on the circular economy, but we're seeing some real challenges within that, and how, again, going back to, you need to consider two different types of partners within your business. There's the consumption partner and then the sustain and maintain partner. Our business is, as the sustain and maintain partner, is truly about working within the circular economy principles. But what do we know about the OEMs, and what essentially are some of the challenges around what we see are their statements around the circular economy? The first thing is, really, if the manufacturers could do the best thing for the environment, is they can actually start to delay some of the purchases. They could actually start saying to customers, we can help you to extend the life of assets. So if we can help you keep products in place for longer, you're going to delay that consumption. Unfortunately, we see no let up in that situation from the manufacturers. What we see is them continually driving the cost of support up within products. We see them reduce life cycle times within the product. To promote the onset of new products, and so therefore to create the demand for the consumption. The second part is, we've seen nothing from them which really demonstrates interoperability. So really, if they wanted to make a difference, wouldn't you have one model which is completely compatible with the next model, so that the two models can run together? So you wouldn't require the complete replacement of the old product to buy the new product. So therefore, create a demand for the consumption of new products. If they could work together, truly work together, then we would have less consumption. And of course, customers would be happy with that because they'd get to keep models in place for longer. The second part is that we see nothing really in terms of reporting around customers are not able to understand what are the CO2 footprints around some of the new products. So for customers that are getting increasing pressure to manage some of their carbon reporting, there's nothing out there in the public domain which helps us understand what does it actually cost in CO2 footprint to produce a new switch. So therefore, how can I kind of help to balance that? Also, what we know is that the manufacturers, one OEM in particular, e-waste 88% of what they take back. So 88% of the products that they take away gets broken down. And again, we don't have anything from them in reporting which tells us of that e-waste and what they're broken down, how much of it is making its way back into the supply chain, into their supply chain in the manufacturing of new products. So what that basically means, the invert of that is only 12% of products that they take back are repurposed. So why is that? Why is that only 12% of everything that they take back? And most of that is working that they take back from their clients. Only 12% of that is making its way back into the secondary market. So why isn't, if you really want us to make a difference, why aren't those numbers actually the other way around? And of course, what they don't really want to support the secondary market. They want people, essentially kind of buying a brand new product. And some of the reporting that they have done around what they're doing really only consists in some areas around things like packaging. So this is why we say to organizations, need to have two different types of relationships. If it is about the consumption model, if you are talking about new technology, if you see that technology is going to make a difference, then obviously if you came to us, we'd tell you, go and talk to the OEMs. They're the people that drive the technology. But if you are having conversations around how do I keep what's in place, how do I maintain that, how do I do that at a different cost point, how do I make sure that I'm aligning with our sustainability strategies within the business, that's where we come into the fold. We have a very different strategy. We repurpose first. whether it's the entire product or the minerals, and we help you to acquire pre-owned product rather than always buying kind of brand new product to reduce your sustainability footprint. So if you are having conversations within the business in IT on sustainability, we're a business that can help you to have a very different conversation. So if that is the case, please do feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.